Hi, my tubies. Sheila, True Love, here with you again. It's 3:58. I'm supposed to be going 3:58. I'm supposed to be on a date. Hey, I'm poetic. Oh, who knew? Who knew? But anyway, yeah, I'm still waiting for that phone call to confirm. Because I'm supposed to have Uber pick me up to take me down because I don't get in nobody's car and I don't give people my address when it's like I don't even know you. Anyway, they haven't called to confirm, and I got all dolled up. I'm all dressed and everything. I will give them like, I don't know, 15 minutes, 15 more minutes. And after that, I'm taking off my clothes, blah, blah, blah. If they call, they text, oh, too bad, too bad. I'm already tired. I already took off my clothes. I'm done. How about that? Yeah, like I said, I'm the cat, you're the dog. The dog chases the cat. But anyway, enough of that. We're going to go into this to show you exactly what full-blown narcissists are like. This is a character who have 27 children. He has no job. What's up with that?
On and off in the Binghamton area is accused of intentionally infecting multiple women with HIV. Our Brandy Bailey joins us with more on a case that is a stark warning against risky behaviors. Candace, 40-year-old Cartrell Brooks has been arrested 53 times. He's known as a career criminal. Currently in the DeSoto Parish Correctional Facility in Louisiana, Brooks is being held on charges related to drug possession, aggravated incest, and intentionally exposing women to HIV. The DeSoto Parish Sheriff's Office says through its investigation, calls have come from women in the Binghamton area concerned for their health after having unprotected sex with Brooks and having no knowledge that he's HIV positive. While their names cannot be released, the Sheriff's Office says at least 2 have been infected with HIV. The Southern Tier AIDS program says Brooks is not the norm, but a case that is a steady reminder.
Communication is crucial. Know who your partners are. Go ahead and ask these questions.
Locally, Brooks has spent time in the Broome County Jail on charges of attempted sale of a controlled substance in 2009 and violated a parole hearing in July of 2013. Brooks was shot in the buttocks at the Rockbee Tavern back in 2006, where he did not cooperate with law enforcement on that investigation. Brooks is said to have 27 children and have done jail time in at least 5 different states.
Okay. I'm sure you heard that. Just 27 children. He has a criminal record in how many states? Oh, are we serious? So, of course, I had to look at his birthday, 12/29/71. I have to do his chart. That's a Capricorn. I don't do Capricorn men. No offense to any Capricorn men out there. I'm a Capricorn. But the men and the women are different. And who cares about the sun sign? You have to look at their moon and their Mercury, honey. Always focus on their moon and their Mercury, and that's how you're going to tell whether this is a criminal or somebody you can trust or have even a clue. No. Forget a sun sign. You better look at that moon and that Mercury. This is a Capricorn. I don't deal with Capricorns. I love their mind. They're brilliant. They're freaking brilliant. But the men like R. Kelly, he's a Capricorn. They are freaking disgusting. Their moral compass, they don't have one. R. Kelly sitting up here sleeping around with 15 and 16-year-olds. Really? What's up with that? Yeah, I can imagine what his moon and his Mercury must be in. Whatever.
DeSoto Sheriff's Office is continuing its investigation and taking calls from victims.
Thanks for keeping it local with NBC6 News. I'm Jackie Jovic.
And I'm Nick LaFave. In our top story this evening, more details in the case of a Logansport man accused of intentionally spreading HIV to at least a dozen people. Investigators say 40-year-old Cartrell Brooks could have victims as far away as Georgia and New York. NBC6's Kimberly Risley has been following the story. She joins us now live from the Content Center with more. Kimberly, what else can you tell us?
Well, Nick, on Friday, detectives slapped Cartrell Brooks with another charge of intentionally spreading HIV. So in all, he's facing 2 of those charges, 1 count of incest and 2 drug charges. And considering that he's traveled and lived in a total of 5 states, detectives say they can't even...
So you heard her say that he has also been charged with criminal charges of incest. That means he's sleeping with his children. He has 27 of them, for God's sake. Having sex with your children. That's what, you know what? I'm at a loss for words at this rate.
And get a count on the victims right now. 40-year-old Cartrell Brooks is accused of intentionally spreading HIV to possibly 13 people in the small town of Logansport, Louisiana. Authorities with DeSoto Parish Sheriff's Office say ever since word of Brooks' arrest on January 7th got out, their phones have been ringing constantly. Calls have come in from Georgia and even New York, all from people who were concerned about being exposed to HIV through Brooks.
He's been arrested in 5 different states and has resided in 5 different states. And
5 different states.
That he has numerous children in various states. So there could be victims in all 5 states.
Detective Horace Womack says when Brooks was asked to give a list of potential victims, he said no. Plus, he denied even having sex with anyone in Logansport. Neighbors in the small town say they don't want to talk about the case on camera, but their thoughts and prayers go out to any victims involved. A prayer vigil was held Sunday night at St. Luke Baptist Church to support victims and urge others to come forward.
Don't be afraid to open your mouth and say when something happens to you. And parents, listen to your kids. Don't brush it off.
Authorities are asking the same.
It's not required that anyone test positive for exposure to the virus. Just the fact that he exposes them to the virus without their knowledge is a crime. And that's what he's basically being charged with.
You also have to remember that Brooks is a wanted fugitive out of New York, but the DeSoto Parish DA's office says if they can get the maximum time for his charges here in Louisiana, he won't get to go back upstate in New York and serve time for those charges. So, Nick, the story is far from over, and we'll stay on top of any developments.
Gets worse. A Logansport man behind bars accused of inappropriate relations with a juvenile relative.
40-year-old Cartrell Brooks is in jail charged with aggravated incest. And if that's not bad enough, during the investigation, Brooks told DeSoto Sheriff's detectives he has AIDS. Tests came back positive, and Brooks was charged with intentional exposure of the AIDS virus. New at 6, KTVS 3's Amy Vitrano learns more about Brooks and the community's reaction to that charge. Amy, this isn't even Brooks' first offense, is it?
No, unfortunately not, Jessica. Just being in Louisiana, Cartrell Brooks violated his New York State parole after a drug charge. He's been arrested more than 50 times since 1990 in several different states, including Tennessee.
So my question is, if this character has been arrested more than 50 times, how did he get out the first time? The second, the 5th time, the 10th time? What's going on with the legal system? I work in the legal system, you know what I mean? And yeah, I have worked with criminal justice. There have been some guys, I got to keep it real. No, I can't say this. I would incriminate myself here. Yeah, I had power to do certain things, and I did it. Trust me when I tell you. But anyway, what's going on with the legal system? 50 times? You gave him that many options? Really?
Georgia, and Ohio.
It runs from violent offenses to weapons, simple escape, drugs. He even had a rape and a kidnapping charge at one point.
DeSoto Sheriff Chief Deputy Horace Womack says Brooks is not the first person to be charged with intentional exposure of AIDS in the parish, but it's not that common. While dealing with the issue, the sheriff's office tries to balance sensitivity towards the victim and privacy of the suspect.
At this point, he's under arrest, and I mean, it's common knowledge of what he's charged with. But it is an issue we have to address very cautiously.
Logansport is a small town. Only about 2,500 people live here. So the news that Brooks had AIDS spread quickly, and so did the concern for those affected here in this community.
When things like this hit close to home, it's very devastating.
Lakia Henderson and others in the community want to do something. They say they've heard Brooks had more than 10 sexual partners in the area and think the situation needs to go to God.
Really and truly, we just need prayer. As one, it's time out to quit talking and gossiping about the situation, because the talking and gossiping is not helping the situation. Only God can help this situation. That's why we're trying to get this community-wide prayer vigil together.
I'm not trying to hear what she has to say. Well, only God can help the situation. Well, you know what? God already told you to keep your private parts in your pants if you're not married to the guy. So when you sit up here talking, even though marriage is not going to be any like more safer, well, to some extent, because hopefully you marry someone who has values, but to bring this talking about for God, don't talk about God when you're sitting around committing fornication and you don't have no guilt about it, because like we know, yeah, sex is fun. Let's just have some fun. Don't even bring God into this, okay? Keep your freaking private parts in your pants. Don't be sleeping with nobody who you have not been going down to get tested together. God has nothing to do with your stupid, dumb nonsense. Like I said, yo, Sheila True Love, quality queen. I have what most women don't have. It's called common sense. No, you don't sleep with anyone unless you're tested both together. I don't care about his paperwork. Look at the date of his paperwork. Okay? What is that called? It's called common sense. Something that most of these females of today, nah, they don't have it. They don't light a candle to Sheila True Love. They don't. And I'm sure I'm not the only woman out here in the whole planet who have common sense. You probably have common sense, my tubies and my Teletubbies. You already know what's up. We have what a lot of these females don't have. You get ready to sleep with someone and you don't see no freaking evidence that they are disease-free. Yeah, keep doing that. Smart move, whatever.
Now, the prayer vigil is planned for this coming Sunday, the 19th. It'll start at 5 o'clock at St. Luke Baptist Church in Logansport. Now,
Baptist
the
Church,
church
whatever.
is not involved in the planning event, and just where it will be held.
Please.
All right, Amy, thank you. A hurtful situation all the way around. Thanks for sharing those details with us. The DeSoto Parish Sheriff's Office would also like to hold Brooks accountable.
Anytime you have a man or a woman that don't want to go to a free clinic, they have free clinics all throughout the freaking planet. This is free. Let's just go get tested for HIV and for any STDs, sexually transmitted diseases. Let's just get tested together. I can't imagine why is that a problem? It's only a problem when they have something to hide. Keep in mind, it's free.
If he did intentionally expose the AIDS virus to someone else. If you believe that you could be a victim or someone you know, please contact the Sheriff's
Logansport man
Office.
is charged with an unthinkable crime. 40-year-old Cartrell Brooks is accused of intentionally spreading AIDS HIV to possibly 13 people. NBC6's Kimberly Ruthley joining us now live from Studio Control with details. Kim, is this man locked up?
Well, yes, Nick. Brooks is at the DeSoto Parish Detention Center being held on a $500,000 bond.
Good.
Authorities say he raped a female relative of his, and he also had sex with several people without telling them that he was HIV positive. It's a shocking story, but true. Authorities in DeSoto Parish say this man, 40-year-old Cartrell Brooks, intentionally spread HIV to possibly 13 people. On January 7th, a relative of Brooks called detectives saying Brooks raped another relative who was a child. At that time, Brooks was charged with aggravated incest. But detectives say Brooks later admitted he was HIV positive and he did not let any of his recent sexual partners know.
Okay, so that says it all, my tubies, my Teletubbies. He done sat up there. It's not good enough that you're picking up these freaking women who are volunteers. No, you got to go and rape. You have to go and rape, and it's a child. This is a child who haven't even, I don't know, got their life started. Their life is not even out the gate yet. And they're already infected with some freaking dirty, nasty virus where they have to take all these medications that make them sick to their stomach. They're vomiting, can't hold their bowels. You know, they're a mess. All because of this sick, twisted, narcissistic piece of, forget Dusty Nignog. That's too kind of a word for something like this. This is sick. And like I said, my tubies, I bring the news to you. As soon as I get it, I give it to you. Yo, let you know what's going on out here and so that you are well informed. Why do I do what I do? Because I love the hell out of you. That's why I do what I do. Sheila True Love, remember, you always have a choice. Please choose wisely. Free clinics are everywhere. Get tested together before you proceed. And never, ever, ever, my beautiful angels, my angels, don't ever have sex with anybody before 4 months. I do 7, but okay, I got to keep it real in the real world. 4 months. Never. No. Okay? I love you. Until next time, bye for now.